y'all. Well, this guy decides that in that 6-month period, it was absolutely unacceptable that I had gotten sick the second time he scheduled an appointment. And we're back for the fifth.
I don't know. It's been so long.
It has been so long, guys. We missed y'all. Mm-hmm. I missed this girl. I feel like I haven't seen you in absolute ages.
2 ships passing in the night.
For real. Like, you'd be in here working and you'd come in like while I was with a client, and then I'd be like at the door just like,
hold me.
I know. And I couldn't because you were there with the client, and I'm just like, and I gotta go and do stuff because it was the longest, I think, December. This feels like the 911th day of December.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like it's a new year. Do you feel?
Yeah. It just like I felt like last 2022 was just starting, and now we're in 2023.
Yes.
So it's just like the year is just starting.
Oh yeah, but
but for 2022,
I don't know why though. I think it was because we had like that full week almost between like Thanksgiving and December 1.
Yeah.
So I was a week ahead of everything, which never happens. Like, I had gifts wrapped and shit like mid-December. I was like, this is weird. Why isn't it Christmas yet? And so it just drug on forever. Yeah. And then Christmas finally got here, and I was just like, the fuck ever. Like, I'm done. I'm over this. I'm so over it. Yeah. Done.
See, I put my Christmas tree out really early. I always do.
Yeah.
Because I like the lights. It makes me happy.
Well, I mean, we normally put ours up, but like...
Halloween weekend.
Oh, God. What the hell is wrong with you?
I like
Thanksgiving
the lights.
is a legitimate holiday.
So all you do is eat at it. It's fine.
I know. That's why it's my favorite holiday.
And then you get to look at the pretty Christmas lights. It's perfect.
As you lay on the floor in agony. Like, why did I do that 5th piece of pumpkin pie?
It's perfect. If you just if you eat from the pie tin, then it just counts as one slice.
Oh, that's
and then
true.
you don't feel bad.
I like that.
Next time.
Don't take our pointers. It's a bad idea. You'll end up hurting yourself.
That's right.
But we want to welcome you back to Get Naked, the podcast. I am Erin Plott, and this is my wing woman, strong hand,
Dominique Thomason. I wasn't sure if you were going to introduce me that time.
No, I like to let you say your own name.
Flutter away.
It's been a hot second since we've seen y'all. We've actually entered into a whole new era, 2023. For some reason, that just fills me with foreboding because I'm like, the last 3 years have been such a shit show. I'm just kind of like, what's going to happen next? Barbara Walters died. Yeah. I was like shocked that there was not like a whole big thing for that though. Like, I saw a blip like on social media. But I have not seen like a whole big, like when other celebrities and stuff. And I mean, she's pretty important.
Yeah. Ken Block died too.
I know, I saw that.
Which
no,
we touched a chord with Scott.
I think Scott's upset. He's over there. Oh, sorry, honey. But we do need to, thank Scott because he has been our intrepid filmer throughout this little journey that we've started. So Palmetto Moose Productions is pretty phenomenal. Scott Fowler. We adore him, and he puts up with a lot of our shenanigans and manages to stay somewhat quiet back there, actually, which I think is pretty phenomenal.
Maybe one day I'll have a mic.
That's right. I mean, like, I wouldn't be able to. I'd just be like, y'all are crazy. I'd have to leave the room.
Yeah.
Like, I'd just be like, no, I can't.
You just listen from outside the door.
Right. Crazy bitches. Like, I just couldn't do it.
You just stick your hand in like 5, 4, 3. We're done.
And I'm out.
We're cutting this off.
So what's your favorite part of the new year? Like, what gets your gears turning? Are you a resolution person?
I'm not. Like, I wouldn't say resolutions,
You're like,
but
I'm fine the way I am.
No. But it's just like, goals, whether they're personal or business related.
You have business related goals?
I mean, always get more clients in the door, but
I don't have business related goals. I'm kidding. I do.
Yeah.
And I've been talking about them a lot. Like, they're actually happening because I was told that if you like speak your stuff into the universe, it's supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. And all I can say is that, a certain Marvel comic book character actor has not shown up in my bed, though I speak that into the universe on the regular. So it's a little disappointing. Thor.
Oh, okay. You can keep him.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Chris Evans. That's my man.
Oh, no, you're good.
Have you seen Captain America's ass?
He's got little skinny legs. Like, we're all right. Okay. Like, you're good. I'm pretty sure Chris Hemsworth could throw me somewhere, so I'm good.
Perfect.
It's fine. You have yours. I've got mine. Perfect. I think this speaks to us, like, a lot. At least I didn't say the raccoon.
Groot.
Oh, hey, I love Groot. I have a whole conversation with him, and it's just all in tone.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just like, oh, okay, Groot. Perfect. You agree with me.
So I don't know if you have noticed it because, well, you haven't really been here that much yet in the new year.
We're only 3 days in.
She's like, we're 3 days in. You took 2 of them off.
It's a Sunday. I never work Sundays.
I do.
Yeah.
But so I've noticed just, and I haven't seen tons and tons of clients. This is typically a slower time of the year for us. But I've noticed a lot of people coming in with their resolutions.
Yeah.
And not to be a negative Nancy by any means, but it's one of those, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's going to fail, but hopefully they'll surprise me. We've seen some pretty amazing transformations here over time with people and their goals, with their health and what they want to get out of massage therapy and everything. And, it was funny because I looked at Eric and I was like, so we're going to do dry January, right? And he's like, yeah, totally, dry January. And he came home last night and ended up having to go back out because something crazy happened at the shop. So he had to go up there and check the cameras and everything. And he comes back and he's like, thought we were doing dry January. And I was like, this is grape juice. I had a glass of wine. I was like, I completely forgot about it because this is the 911th day of December. We're not in January
yet,
as far as I'm concerned. No, it's not. He's just like, good job, Erin.
Yeah.
So I'm terrible with
resolutions. You made it 2 days. Perfect.
Days. I am horrible with resolution. Actually, I made it less than that because he made mimosas for me New Year's Day.
Okay.
So
I guess you got to start today.
I feel like dry January applies to liquor. No. Not necessarily to wine or mimosas because those are like.
Why don't you do like dry February? It's the shortest month of the year, and then
that's my birth month. I can't do that. Oh, my birthday's in February. That's party month. That's not. Yeah. That's party goblin comes out. It's a whole thing.
Party goblin.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You'll meet her.
Can't wait.
You'll meet her.
Can't wait.
But yeah, no. So I've never been good at resolutions. Like I am that person who I'm like, I'm gonna do all these things, and then I realize how unrealistic they are.
Yeah. Because
like trying to cut out everything I love at one time is just soul sucking and horrible.
It's routine though. It is putting things into routines so that it's easier to do it.
You're better at that than I am.
Yeah.
Like you really are. You're so much more disciplined than I am. I can say if there's one thing I'm super jealous about with you, it's that you are like super disciplined and you're like, I'm going to do this thing. And you do. And I'm like, whoa, teach me your ways, Master Yoda. Cause I'm just like over here, like shit showing it out and like, it'll be okay, whatever, like it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things people are like, oh, you're so organized. And I'm like, I'm a really good faker. Really good. Really good at that.
Yeah.
But usually it's just screaming up here. That's all.
Just the brain's churning. It's like, if only you knew.
But I like what you were saying with like routine, because much like with your resolutions and disciplinary things and trying to make positive changes in your life, you do have to kind of create a new routine and everything. And that I think is what we've seen the most with our clients is, when you get into a routine of taking care of yourself and making yourself a priority, I guess is what I should say. And I really want to say something real quick about like women being like, oh, I can't put myself first. That's selfish. Fuck that. Fuck it. No. That is your new resolution for 2023. Fuck that. We're LCing that shit and we're letting it go because you are a huge priority and this is the only one you get. and you can make modifications and you can change it and you can pay a whole lot of money to get that done. But this is the only body you get, and you have to take care of it, and you really do have to prioritize things. And I can't believe I'm about to say this because I've never been like woo kind of person. Like I've never really done this, but like meditating, really focusing on, taking time just to be and be quiet and to be, in your own space, is incredibly important. And I will say I have a client that has kind of forced me into meditating is not the way I want to say it, but he's very firmly pushed me into that world, and it made me a lot less murdery.
Yeah, I
will say. Yeah. I've definitely become a lot less like all the time.
That's what the gym is for me.
Yeah. See, I hate that
going
place.
there. 50 minutes of my day, the only thing I think about is that. Making sure,
I can see that.
proper form, and then I get out of there, and it's
you're
like
you're having to focus on form and your breathing and things like that. So I can see that being a form of very loud, grunty meditation.
There are definitely times when you just make eye contact with a coach, and it's just like, I hate you so much right now. But then later, you're like, damn.
I know. You're like, ooh, why is it so spicy? And you're like, ah. Yeah. See, my only issue with the gym is that it hurts. Like, not necessarily when you're there doing it, because when you're there it feels great. You're like, yes, I'm the king of the world and all this stuff, and then you leave and you're like, good, and you're like, yeah, woohoo, I sweat from places I didn't know could, and you're all excited and like high on endorphins, and then the next day you wake up and you can't sit on your toilet because you're so sore, or you can't get back up, and you're like, help, and somebody has
the best way
to
stop that is to keep doing it. Okay. So that you're just in a constant state of sore.
That's the same definition of insanity.
It's perfect.
Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
But definition. You will actually get different results, though.
No, you just get hotter. That's all.
That's a different result.
I feel like you're still going to hurt at some point because you've got to change it up. Your routine can stay, okay, I'm going to the gym at this time and everything. But you have to change up the exercises that you're doing so that you're working different muscle groups. And that's something that, the minute you do that, it's like, oh, damn, that muscle does exist. It's an asshole. Like, it's
or lifting heavier.
Yeah.
So, there are definitely times where I come in here and I'm just like, it's a new technique.
it's called the wobble arm.
The wobble arm.
I can't do anything, That's definitely, but... And I've done it before, right after my dad passed away, I went on this whole health kick thing because I was like, that's not going to happen to me. Okay, it's totally going to happen to me one day, but it wasn't going to happen to me at 63. And so I did this whole thing and I was eating I wasn't eating really at all because I was super depressed. Yeah. But I was working out a lot, and I would go, kind of same time every day to the gym, and I would do 30 minutes on the treadmill. I wasn't running, guys. Don't worry. I haven't changed that much. I had fast walking.
Yeah.
And
you're like the mall walkers.
Yeah. And trust me, I had earbuds in and I was doing catwalks, because you get with the beat and it's the whole thing. It's so great. But then I'd go and I'd do circuits, work out on the machines, lift weights and everything. And I did, after a couple months, start seeing results. And then my asshole kid got out of school for summer and refused to go to, she went a couple of times to the daycare at the gym. Yeah. And she was too young at that point for me to leave her at home alone and feel okay about it. DSS also wouldn't have felt okay about it. Right. So it's like... so she would pitch such a bitch fit every time I was like, oh, we're going to go to the gym. She's like, and I'm like, this is bullshit. So I quit. Yeah. And didn't get back. And then I got really, really, really busy. So I just didn't have the time frame to really get back into it. Yeah. And I've told myself, over and over again, oh, you're going to make this time. You're going to do all this. And I actually had a conversation with another client the other day, and she's like, yeah, me and another friend, both of them are clients, and they're both friends of mine. We go at 4:30 every morning. We get up at 4:30 and we go, to the thing. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Can I do that? Can I go with y'all? Because if I go with people, then I feel like, it's having accountability. And I already have a membership where they're going, so it's kind of like I should probably use that. you know?
Yeah.
Right. But it's a transformational thing. And it's also, you know, like making the effort to like really look and say, what at this moment in my life is crappy? Do I need to change?
Yeah.
And it's literally like every time I go to the doctor, because I've had to go to the doctor like 58 gajillion times in the last couple months. But every time I go to the doctor, there's like 2 extra pounds on the scale. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening here?
Yeah.
Like, legit. It's not like, this is not okay. Like,
yeah.
It's not. So I feel like I need to change and you know, transform, I guess.
Yeah. But having an accountability partner or partners makes it a little bit easier, because then you have someone, when you don't go, it's like, hey, is everything okay? And you're like, I just didn't feel like going.
Was sleeping in.
I overslept one morning, and I mean, I've been going to this gym since it opened, and it's the same at 6 a.m. It's
you
the
just
same.
had what, like your 250th workout there or something?
200. So
yeah,
tell you about it. Okay. So ISI is a gym local here in Lexington, and they opened in April.
Yeah, in April of this year. Yeah.
And so before they were
last year.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's right. It's 2023. So before they opened, they were doing outdoor pop-ups, because I was just going. I remember that. I was going to the gym, like Planet Fitness, by myself. I was doing my own thing. It was fine. And then it was like, hey, here's this gym. We're doing pop-ups. They're free. Come out and do it. And so I went to the first one. I was like, holy shit, like that was hard.
Yeah.
And it was like, but I kind of liked it. And so then I did another one, and then I did another one,
such a massive
and then I joined. And so I got, you know, a founding member like badge, and I'm just like, oh, suck it. But it's good because like there are other founding members there, and they know the workouts are going to be hard. And so when you're not there, like I overslept one morning, and they like a bunch of people text me, and it was just like, are you okay? And it's like, I turned off that alarm and I rolled back.
I just needed some me time. You know?
And they're like, oh, okay. Well, don't oversleep again.
Right. You better be back tomorrow. You know, it's just like, oh,
yeah.
no.
So having that accountability is nice, because then it's, you know that people, I mean, they do actually care when you're not there. And it's like, oh.
They're like, where's that smart ass? Where is she?
Yeah.
She's not in the corner, like, making comments.
Yeah. But it is a lot of fun.
And I agree with that. But I remember when you, like, first started doing it, and I was like, oh, tell me about the workouts. Like, what are y'all doing? And you were telling me, and I was like, okay. And then you said burpees, and I was like, nope. And we're done here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But like there are people in there who can't do burpees, whether they've got, hip issues or shoulder issues, like whatever it is. So it's just finding a good thing to like modify. So whether it's, you do jumping jacks instead or mountain climbers, it's just like, whatever you can do.
Right.
They're not going to force you to hurt yourself. They want you to come back,
I don't know if you've met me, but hurting myself is basically my middle, like, that's my thing. That's what I do. I am the clumsiest person in the world, and Eric got me a knife set for Christmas. So I was like, I need new knives because I like to cook, and my knives
like
suck.
Kitchen knives, or I just imagine you like butterfly knife.
Kitchen knives, they might get thrown every now and again, but that's not either here nor there. They're really wonderfully balanced. They're great. But they're super sharp, and that's what I wanted, so we're there the other day and we're like cutting stuff up for New Year's. He was cutting collard greens, and he's like, oh my God, these are really sharp. I was like, please tell me that there's not half of a finger in the collard greens right now. And he's like, oh no, they're just real sharp. And I was like, well, that's why we that's why you bought them.
It's a brand new knife set.
It's the whole thing. That's the point. Yeah. And he's just like, oh, okay. I was like, you just scared the crap out of me. But I have, I have a history of like, MCL tears, ACL tears, hip issues, knee issues. Like I tear myself up. Like I can't tell you how many times I've come into work and I'm like, I have an elbow and an arm because this is encased in a cast or whatever, People are like, what did you do? And I'm like, I got up.
Existed.
I woke up this morning and took a deep breath and everything broke. That's typically how that goes. But, I have goals for it. Like Hotworks is where I have my membership too. And this place is absolutely amazing. It's an infrared sauna gym. So essentially you have all these little pods and there are different workouts going on in the pods, and they're virtual. And they are in 125 degree infrared dry heat. And people are like, oh my God. And I'm like, look, if I can go in there and not die, like y'all can go in there and not die. Like truly.
Yeah.
Heat and I do not get along. I turn 58 shades of red. People think I'm having a coronary. It's like you literally sweat from places that you didn't know could sweat.
Yeah.
But it is one of the, I think, most wonderful feelings, like when you come out and that cold air hits you, and it's not even cold air at all, but it's just way colder than that.
Room temperature.
But you come out and like you just feel so refreshed. And so, like, just purified almost. Like, you've been in there and you just sweat all this junk out. And they aren't super long workouts. They're 15 to 30 minutes, you know. So that fits into my schedule. It's a 24-hour thing, so I can go whenever. But it's just one of those, I've got to get into a routine and do it. And I am one of those people that will... You know, I'll sit there and be like, oh, it's a 15-minute workout, but I need to be there, and it's going to take me X amount of time to get up, get there, do the workout, get home, shower, and everything. So then I've made it a 2-hour situation.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I just need to, like, do it and make it work. So I, like I said, had a couple of people that I was like, can I please come with you? Like, I'm just inviting myself along. Like, can I join you? And they were very gracious, and they said yes. I haven't done it yet. So I'm going to need some accountability. From all of you, just be like, quit being a pussy and do it. Like, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, because I'm gonna totally whine about it. You know, so I really will.
Well, if you want a more fast-paced, insane workout,
if I want to die,
you can come with me.
She has been inviting me. Like, she's been trying to get me to ISI forever, and I am the first one to say I am scared as shit. Like, I am terrified to go to ISI. I really am. I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm curious. I really do want to come and do it. But I'm also just like,
Well, I mean, like, I will tell you, so they've got kids, like, from, I think, like, 16 that come with their parents. And then, I mean, there are people.
Oh, I know. I've seen, like, I know
like,
a ton of people
in their 70s that go.
Yeah.
So, like, if people in their 70s can do it, and.
You are seriously calling me out right now. You're like, look, you weak-ass bitch. Like, 70-year-old people are in here doing it. You don't know. That guy might have been a Marine. Like, you don't know.
I mean,
he could still be. I mean, like, you don't know.
But I mean, that's like, it's the difference is just like getting up and moving around.
I know,
whether it's
just doing it.
You know, 100 pounds you're lifting or 15 pounds or 10. Like, it doesn't matter. And that's what I always tell people. It's like, don't focus on what everyone else around you is doing. Just focus on what you're doing, because like we're all at different stages. And so if you walk into the gym and you see someone that's, you know, been doing it for 5 years, and you're like, holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Like,
you can bench press me.
I'm over here with like my little 5-pounder, like, oh, yeah, that's feel the burn, you know, like.
But you're starting somewhere, and that's all that matters. And, you're taking care of yourself.
And like, if you look at my phone, like all my TikToks and all my like Pinterest pins and everything lately, they're all workouts. Like, it's all like these little like quick workouts. And I'm like, I'm going to do that at home while I'm watching TV. And then when you come to my house and I'm watching TV, I'm sitting on the couch with blankets and a beagle piled on top of me, and I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like focused in, not doing a thing. So yes, it is definitely, I need to, you know, Dominique's gonna, oh God, guys, I said it out loud. She's gonna like hound me now.
I'm just gonna show up to your house.
She's gonna start texting me at 4:30 in the morning. Like, are you awake?
Are you awake? I'm gonna come get you right now.
I'm on my way. And I'll be like, wait, what? No. Though it is easier for me to get up and do stuff at 4:30 than it is at 6:30, which is really weird. I don't get that. I don't understand that. But I'm in bed by like 9:30, 10. So.
Yeah, same. Just watch TV and I just.
Oh, well, see, Eric falls asleep the minute he stops moving, so I'm just kind of like, I can't hear over him snoring, so I'm like, whatever, I guess we're all going to bed, you know. It's kind of how that works.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing, too, is like, I feel like when you're in a relationship or you're sharing a household with somebody and everything, and they are not doing these things, it's like dieting. If you're gonna say, okay, we're not doing carbs, we're not doing sugar or whatever, like everybody in the house has to be on that diet, because otherwise, like, makes it harder. It's in the house, and I'm gonna be like, cookies, Actually, not cookies, because sweets aren't really my thing. Pasta. Like, that's going to, it's the carbs. It's the pastas and the breads and cheese. People are like, oh, dairy. And I'm like, I'm not that big on dairy. Like, I use a little bit of milk in my coffee. I cook with it a little. I use some butter when I cook. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, cheese is part of that. Oh, damn. And that's my downfall.
I got a cheese tattooed on my arm. You think that I don't like cheese? I know. I love cheese.
Well, I was looking at E2M because they just started one yesterday.
Yeah.
An 8-week round. And I was talking to a friend who does it. And she's like, yeah, you cut out sugar, carbs, alcohol, and dairy.
Hard pass.
And I was just like, wait, all at once? Like, all at one time? She's like, yeah, you just go hardcore. And I'm like, that sounds horrifying. Like, y'all think I'm a bitch now? And I get daily doses of sugar and carbs. I would be a monster.
Yeah.
I would be a monster. Like, people would be like, can I have an appointment? Fuck off. Like,
you just send middle finger emoji.
Right. Like, just everywhere. Like, I'd just be so angry all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's no alcohol to even me out. So, I mean, geez, that's intense. And yeah, you lose weight because there's nothing.
Yeah, you're eating bland
air. Just air.
Full.
But I will say, like, I like seeing pictures from like early last year and recently, like, huge transformation. Not huge, like, you weren't gargantuan or anything, but there's definitely a big transformation.
100%.
Like, you can see it,
It's funny because so my best friend Amanda, for her birthday, we did 31 days of Amanda. So she got to open one gift a day. So it's like an advent calendar for her birthday.
Totally need to be like better friends with y'all. What?
So, it was...
Hey, my birth month's short.
That's right. That's
right. Presents.
So it was like, some things were smaller items, but some things we were like, oh, like, we're going to go do these, like, experiences. Right. But one of my favorite things was I got a digital picture frame and I loaded a bunch of pictures on there. And so I went back to, like, the beginning of our friendship and, like, seeing that Dominique versus this Dominique. Yeah. I put one of the pictures on there and I was just like, I can't wait for her to see this. So we sat together. We were just, like, watching all the pictures, like, go through. Like, and then we got to that one and she was like, oh, wow. And it was just like, yeah. Okay. 75 pounds. That's a lot.
Amazing. That's amazing. I had a client yesterday and she was first time coming in. Absolutely adorable. Like, I loved her. Yeah. And she has recently just started a new health journey, weight loss journey, all of that. And I say recently, she's been doing it for, I think she said 5 or 6 months. And she's lost 52 pounds.
It's incredible.
And she's like, there's still a ton more to go. And I was like, but wait a minute, because that's amazing. Like, I want you to take a second and just recognize that, like, you lost a 5th grader.
Yeah.
Okay, third grader.
That's my dog. Like, my dog weighs 75 pounds. Right. So, like, whenever I pick him up, I'm like, holy shit, like, I lost this much weight.
This much weight, yeah. And
that's a lot.
It's insane to think about that and look at that. And, like, people will tell me, they're like, oh, well, you don't look like you're that. And I'm like, okay, first off, I'm, like, dressed up like a Thanksgiving turkey. I'm, like... Clothes cover a lot, you wear things that pick stuff up and put it back where it's supposed to be and things like that, and I'm taller, so I guess maybe I do wear it a little bit better. Yeah. But then when all that comes off, you're just like, oh, damn, what happened? Yeah. Like, Jabba the Hutt in the house. Like, it's a whole thing, Well,
it's like you get naked to get on the table and you stand in front of this,
and you're like,
full-length mirror and you're like, oh, no. I don't
people
like
are
that.
Like, oh, why don't you get massages that often? And I'm like, well.
I just imagine, like, the next time I give you a massage, you're just going to have, like, I don't want to see this. Like,
I'm just going to put a sheet over
top of the mirror.
Just no. But I'm super proud of the people who, like you and these clients who make that commitment and they really decide to focus on their health and really focus on, making changes in their lives for the better. And like I said earlier, we've seen some people with some pretty amazing transformations. I've had people who have come in here barely able to walk, stand upright and everything. And not to toot my own horn, but toot. And they come walking out and they are standing upright and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know I could feel like that. And that's amazing, and that feeling, you're like, ha, I am God, like that's a whole thing. But it's just really awesome when people say, this made a difference and I want to keep doing it. And that's really how you make that difference. Like you said, routines, you know, and massage is a routine, just like, you know, working out is a routine, just like eating well is a routine and things like that. Like you have to, you know, kind of have these comparable treatments, whether it's chiropractic, massage, acupuncture, things like that, you know, that they work in tandem with each other, and they're all in cahoots together, you know, to really make your body function the way it's supposed to, you know. But there's also that flip side where, like, if you're not eating well and you're not getting regular movement, and I'm not even going to say exercise, because I think a lot of people feel like, oh, if I'm not in the gym, I'm not exercising, which is bullshit.
Like going for walks.
Going for a walk outside. I will tell you, I lost so much of that weight early in because I was walking. You know, I'd go to the dam and do 2 laps on the dam. That's a 3-mile stretch, you know, and I'd do that. And then I'd walk around the neighborhood and things like that. Just getting up and moving at all is different and better than sitting on your couch, not doing anything, you know, and that's what I always tell people is, you know, you have to meet yourself where you're at and start somewhere, you know, and whether that start is slow, it might be like you start and you do 1 day a week where you take a walk in the evening, or you go to a gym with a friend, or you just go outside and weed your garden or something, you know, like any movement is good movement. You know, it's when we stop moving that we stop really having the ability to move, you know, and it's a very much use it or lose it situation. You know, if you're not moving your ligaments and your tendons and everything, then they're going to tighten up and it's going to make everything a lot harder to do, you know. I've been telling Lindsay that. Lindsay had her baby, y'all. Yay! She's a little irritated because she ended up having a C-section, and she's so funny because she was like, oh, I'm going to be back in 4 weeks. And I was like, no, ma'am. And then she had the C-section. I was like, no, you're not going to be back in 4 weeks. And she's young, so hopefully she'll be back quicker than I'm anticipating. But I don't know.
But she needs time.
She does. And I'm like,
she has to get into her own now new routine of having baby and figuring it out.
You know, but that's the whole thing is like, I think, you know, for the new year, you know, instead of saying I'm making a resolution to do something, or I'm doing this hard fast line routine, it's let's make, you know, some new routines. Let's just kind of come up with some new routines that are, you know, better and more beneficial for us, you know, as individuals than this sort of carte blanche big. I keep wiping my nose because I'm like, it's itching. Somebody's talking shit about me somewhere. Like my nose is all itchy. That brings me very close to my next topic, which is, you know, however many people decided that they needed to come in sick in the last like few weeks, because that's why we haven't filmed, is because there's been so much ick. Like I've been sick. You've been, like, everybody's had shit going on, and it's because people are rude, and they come in for their massages when they're sick. Quit fucking doing it. Stop it.
We appreciate your routines. Just don't come in when you're sick.
Like, I mean, stop it. That is a routine that we are ending in 2023, is the coming in for your appointment when you're sick. I don't care if you have had to reschedule this appointment 6 times, because I had a client do that. Bless her heart, she had a baby, she had mastitis, like 3 different times. She tried to schedule appointments, and then she'd be like feverish and having all the things, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, girl, you get better. Don't bring that crap in here. Not that I could get mastitis, but you know. But that's the whole thing. If you're sick, louder for the people in the back. If you are sick, stay home. Don't bring it in here. I don't want it. I will get it. It'll piss me off. Like, just stop, you know.
But it doesn't just stop with you, because I don't think that's where people just think like, oh, I'm only going to get Erin sick. But it's like, no, it's
Erin. Fine. I'll just get Erin sick.
I get Erin sick. Erin then touches 5 other people the rest of the day. And then now all of these people might be sick. And then those people bring it home.
And then my kid gets sick. And then, well, Eric never gets sick. But when he does, he's such a baby. And I can't handle it. So, you know, like there's a huge chain reaction that goes on with that. So please, for the love of all things holy, like just do us all a favor and keep your nasty germs in your house where they belong. Like the PSA for 2023, we're starting out fresh. Like I cannot emphasize this enough because it costs me money to not be here. And people are like, oh, you own the company. Like you're fine. No. Because the money that they make that comes into the company stays in the company. It does not come into my pocket. It does not pay my bills. I pay my bills with the hands-on work that I do. Yeah. So when I'm out sick, I ain't making any money, and that makes my life difficult. Yeah. So just stop.
We don't have, you know, paid time off or sick leave.
No, I'm a curmudgeon. Y'all don't get paid anything. Y'all want the day off, that's on you.
But that's my point. It's just like if I'm sick, well, then now I'm not getting paid. Right. I still got bills that are going to come in that have to get paid. But then, so it's just... a little common courtesy. Just like if I'm sick, I'm going to reach out to you and be like, listen, I'm real sorry. I like never get sick, but when I do, it's bad.
Right. That's Eric. So. Like he never does, but when he does, it's like, oh, damn. Yeah. You know, like he's sick. And I'm like,
I mean, like I'll even come in, like if I've got a really bad headache, it's like I don't want to cancel on people. Like I'll come in and I'm just like, I've got it. It's fine. I'm just going to keep, and it's lucky that we're in a light, you know, a very dim lit room and it's fine.
It can be really quiet.
And it can be quiet. Yeah. We're not talking today. Just like, can't hear you. I'm really sorry.
I'm in the zone. You know. Yeah. But that and that's something too that, you know, I try to be pretty courteous with people about is like, you know, like I was telling you, I had a client that I saw last Wednesday and she called me on Sunday and it's like, hate to be the bearer of bad news on the new year, but I have COVID. And I was like, fuck. You know, because she obviously was not symptomatic when she came in and had, you know, no indication that she was ill. Yeah. But, you know, she's calling me and letting me know. So then, of course, I've got to call people and kind of be like, hey, just so you know, and I try to extend that courtesy. And like, even when I'm not feeling well, I might not be running a fever. I might not be like snarfling and snotting everywhere. Right. But if I feel really run down and I know that me working on somebody, it's not going to be what they're going to pay for. Right. It's not going to be the best work because I feel like dog do and I'm fatigued and all the things. Like I'll call people and I'll be like, look, I'm not feeling my best. Like I'm perfectly happy to come in and work, you know, on you and everything, but it's up to you. You know, like I don't know if I'm coming down with something or if this is just me being tired, but you know, and 90 to nothing people are like, yeah, I'm just
keep your ass home.
Just gonna wait. You take a little rest and you just let me know when your next available is, you know, and I will go out of my way to get them back on the schedule. But, you know, or if Addison's sick, you know, she's at home, she's got the flu. Yeah. What is the chance that I'm not carrying around flu grossness? Right. You know, so I'll call my clients and be like, look, my kid's at home. I don't want to leave her at home sick anyway by herself. But you know, I also don't want to like bring it in and give it to you potentially, you know, and usually people are okay with that. Yeah. Though I did have the one guy.
Yeah.
He
was asshole. Not happy with you.
God. So February of last year, he made an appointment. He had never been here before. And it ended up being something, I think I was sick. No. Addison had COVID.
Addison was sick.
So I canceled the appointment. You know, I called him and I was just like, hey, look, you know, this situation, my daughter has COVID. Like, I'm in quarantine, everything, you know, it was what it was.
But I can get you in with someone else.
Yeah, I was like, I can get you in with somebody else, you know, or whatever. And he's like, no big deal. Don't worry about it. I'll go on your schedule and I'll, you know, book a different appointment a couple weeks out. Okay, cool. 6 months later, 6 months. He pops up on the schedule. I see it. Fine, cool, whatever. And I didn't even recognize, like, I didn't even put it two and two together. Yeah. I was just like, oh, there's a new client on schedule. So, night before, actually, I started feeling really bad and had a terrible headache and everything. And was just like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. So I took some NyQuil, went to bed, woke up the next day, running a fever. I'll tell y'all, totally, like, you know, all the diarrhea. It was terrible. You know, like, I was sick. And so I text all my clients that day, and I'm just like, hey, I'm terribly sorry. I've got some kind of viral thing. Like, you know, I need to stay home. I'll reschedule y'all. Well, this guy decides that in that 6-month period, it was absolutely unacceptable that I had gotten sick the second time he scheduled an appointment. And I get it. I understand that is a crazy coincidence, whatever. But at the same time, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, obviously it wasn't that important to you. You waited 6 months to make another appointment. Like, that's, I don't know. Like, he got really snarky with me in the text thread and was like, I don't know if you recognize that you canceled our last appointment and everything. And I was like, I didn't. I'm terribly sorry about that. Like, you know, I can get you in with one of the other girls today, like, for your same appointment time. And he's like, no, that's not, you know, I'm just going to keep that in mind when I write a review. And I'm like, okay, this asshole is not trying to threaten me with a bad review while I'm sick. And so I was just like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I should totally come in. So I'm going to bring my diarrhea-riddled ass in, and I'm going to work on you, and I'm going to really pray that you don't get whatever this is. But hold on, because I'll be there, you know. And then he, like, never responded. And I was just like, that was probably, like, very unprofessional for me to say. But I was mad, and I was sick, and it was a whole thing. I mean, come on. You're going to threaten me with a bad review? Okay, I will come and shit in my own trash can.
It was you.
During that appointment. It was me, you know. But that's the whole thing. I'm like, really? I will come in. I will power through. You know, adult diaper it up, whatever. Like, I cannot be held responsible for what happens in that session.
And then there would be another podcast made. Like, crazy shit that my massage therapist does. She wears a diaper and farts the entire...
farts. She eats lots of dairy before her appointment.
She smells real bad.
Oh, it's terrible. It's sound therapy. But yeah, so that was, you know, we can't make this stuff up, you guys. It truly is a complete roller coaster around here.
It's great. It's so great.
But we appreciate y'all sticking in for the roller coaster. And, you know, thank y'all so much for the views and the shares and the comments and everybody being so supportive and thinking that we're, you know, funny and everything. I'm like, I don't know. This is just what happens daily.
Yeah.
I can't.
This is real life.
Eric gets really, he's just like, oh God, you and Dominique are hanging out. And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, he just knows. He's like, shenanigans are going to ensue. Yeah. It's going to be ridiculous, you know? So, but we definitely love you guys and love that y'all have hung in with us for the 5 or 6 episodes that this is. I truly cannot remember. I probably should have gone back and counted.
Come on, Scott, what is it?
Scott's like, wait, hold on. Let me scroll back and look. See, he doesn't even know. And it's okay. So I don't feel as bad now.
Yeah.
You know. But definitely give us a like, give us a share, follow us, you know, comment. Definitely send us comments. We love to read everything you guys have to say. If y'all have any questions. If there are any topics you want us to touch on, we're happy to oblige. And, you know, definitely let us know that. You can follow us on Facebook at massagemechanics.com or massagemechanics.sc/Facebook. Our website's massagemechanicsSC.com. And then we also have Instagram handles. I'm the professional one at MassageMechSC, and this one is
Dee Dee Pookie. She loves it.
I love it. It's my favorite. It really is.
If you enjoy dogs and fitness,
I know, right? It's like I actually looked on my Instagram the other day, and I'm not really sure because again, technologically not savvy over here. I was looking and I was like, well, how did these pictures get on here? Because I haven't put them on there. And they're like stuff from my Facebook. Somehow my Facebook and my Instagram are linked. And so like on the
probably
business,
are.
Yeah. So on the business page, there are like random pictures of Addison and stuff. And I'm like, how did that get on there? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Episode 6 today.
Episode 6. All right. So it was episode 6. Yay.
Close enough.
The transformative episode.
Transformation.
But anywho, you can, what is it? You can find us on Facebook. You can watch us on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
Or you can listen to us.
Spotify and iTunes.
Again, not technologically savvy. Yeah. So that's why I'm always like, which ones are the ones? Because I know my two.
Yeah.
I know YouTube and Facebook. I'm familiar with them. Like I can
a little
make that
Spotify.
Work. Yeah. I have that for The Office. But I literally only know how to be like, here's the app and hit play. Like,
so they do like the end of year wrap for Spotify, and they tell you like how much you listen to, like minutes wise. It was an insane amount for me.
Was it?
I think it was like 56,000 minutes or something. And it's like I listen to music while I'm here, obviously.
Right.
But I listen to music in my car, when I'm at home.
See, I use Pandora a lot, like when I'm here and in the car and things like that. But I also have been doing a lot of podcasts, like listening to them on iHeart and things like that. And not Spotify, but iTunes.
Yeah.
And then, like, because I've been following the Murdoch murders and that whole thing. So
it's 933
I'm obsessed.
hours of Spotify time.
Wow. That's a lot. Like, I feel like that's a lot.
Yeah.
38 entire days.
Yeah, I like music, man.
Dee Pookie.
Dee Pook's listening to music.
Listening to some music.
It's just, it's one of those things where it's just like a mood changer.
I feel like music is 100% like the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like if there's anything else in the world, like that's the one thing I won't give up is listening to music.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm very broad in my genres of music. Like I'm not like I only listen to, 90s rap. It's like I listen to all of it.
All of it.
Like, and people are like, oh, have you heard this person? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like if it's coming to Columbia, like I'm considering going because it's just like, why not? Like there was one weekend. It was like a week time frame where it was just like I went and saw Lizzo and Post Malone.
Oh yeah, I remember that week because I was like, "Damn, girl!"
Yeah,
like
3 concerts in like an 8-day time span, and it's just like I like music. They were all like, very, very different.
I pay her way too much.
Well, it's just you put a little bit away every time, and. Like there's a band, one of my friends, it's like his favorite band and they're going to the Senate. So like for Christmas, I was like, Merry Christmas, we're going to go together. And he was like, do you even know them? And I was like, I will by the time they come.
That's right. Like I'll figure it out,
Also, side note, did you know there's a Shrek rave that's going to happen here in Columbia?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just had
Say that again?
It popped off.
Yeah, I want to go so bad.
It's
Shrek.
Rave.
Like the movie Shrek.
Yes.
Rave.
So are people like dressing up like Shrek characters and everything?
I want to go
I feel like there are a lot of drugs in this situation.
I mean, I can only hope.
I mean, I feel like right? It's like yes. I feel like reliving my 18, 19-year-old self.
Yeah, man. If you go on YouTube and you like because it popped up like thank you Facebook for random it was like Shrek rave and I was like
wait a second, what? Deep dive.
Let me look. And I was like that sounds fun.
Right.
And then you're like, well, what does this look like? And so you just go on YouTube, Shrek rave, and then the last one it was like Shrek and someone like I can't even remember, they were like fake fist fighting and he like threw him through a table. I was just like, I have to go to this.
Right.
This is my people.
They are your people 100%. I feel like that is like your home planet right there.
I love it so much.
That's awesome.
I would want to go as the gingerbread 100%. Man.
Like, that's like not
the gumdrop boys.
No. I'd have to. I don't know.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
I love that movie. I really do.
Oh. It's perfect. Yeah. That was one I think that was one of my most listened to songs on Spotify actually.
It probably was. It probably was. So, anyways, guys, we've taken up a ton of y'all's time with our ramblings. So, we will catch y'all next for episode 7 in a few days. We've got a lot to catch back up on.
Maybe we'll see you at the Shrek rave.
So, maybe we will see you at the Shrek rave. I'll be donkey.
Donkey.
Perfect. Definitely be donkey. So, bye, guys. See you next time.